Amy, thanks so much for joining us on the archived podcast and YouTube channel. Tradition is dead, long live golf. That's kind of the headline with archived. And I'm trying to unpack this idea of golf changing, and delighted to have you on the channel. And we're going to share your story with everyone. But first question, Amy, how is your golf going?
It's okay. I feel like I played a really bad round like a month ago. And then I haven't actually had a chance to play a heaps recently, but I think I played maybe 2 weeks ago and it was heaps better. It was, actually, I also had a driving range session and that really helped.
Nice.
Because I think, sometimes I'm on the course and I kind of panic a little bit, but at the driving range, I feel like I can actually properly practice. Whereas like I'm trying to get through a game at the course. So that helped a lot. So I'm getting
Great. Have you got that? We all are. I've been playing it my whole life. Kind of. Amy, have you got a local course? You're from Western Australia, right? Have you got a local course?
Yes. So Collier is our local course. I've played there quite a lot with my husband plays a lot. Like he would play every day if he could. But yeah, that's our local.
Wouldn't we all?
There's a really good driving range. Yeah, exactly.
So, Amy, I have played. I've played golf in Western Australia a few times. Some incredible courses. Have you played golf elsewhere around the country or internationally at all?
Definitely not internationally. And I haven't really played. I actually went to Melbourne recently and played at Apollo Bay, the Apollo Bay golf course, which is really, really beautiful, really scenic. That's the only other golf course I've played outside of Perth. And even in Perth, I've only played at 3 courses. Keep it the same. Keep it regular. What I know.
Yeah, true, but wow, there is a lot of golf out there to play, Amy. So start saving. That's what what I say. Amy, so we gotta talk about this, okay?
Yeah.
But before we do, I want to know how you got into golf. Where did it come from? Because you have another profession and day job, right? And this is a new hobby. I think that's the hint you're giving me.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. So it came about in a kind of roundabout way. I feel like golf's always been in my life in a sense that my dad always played golf. Like I feel like it was like every Wednesday and Saturday he was always at golf. And I think he tried to get me into it. Yeah, it's a great week. He tried to get me into it when I was younger. And I kind of just thought it was, a bit not cool, really. Like I didn't know any other girls.
How dare you?
I didn't know any other girls playing golf in high school. I thought it was kind of for older women. So I never got into it. But, I feel like over the years I had played here and there and with my husband, like we've been together a very long time. And I feel like I played randomly more like to hang out with him. And then I decided I really wanted a career change. I desperately just wanted to try and do something different and build something, make something, and use my creative side of my brain, which I don't actually get to do in my day job. And so I didn't really know what, though, to be honest. I decided that I kind of wanted to lean into fashion and clothes. And there's, we're saturated at the moment with people that have no idea what they're doing starting brands. And I was like,
you said it, I didn't. You said it, I didn't, but I'm not going to disagree.
Yeah, it's everywhere. So I was like, I'm going to start a fashion line doing something. And my husband said, why don't you do women's golf? And I was like, have you seen what's out there? I don't know. It's not very like, it's not very modern. It's not very cool. And he was like, exactly. Like, that's the point, you know, like the, there are so many more women playing. He was starting to see so many more women on his Instagram. He was scrolling
Yeah,
through,
right.
and he was like, no, that it's shifting. There's a shift that there's a lot of younger women are playing and they're posting it on social media. And I then started looking into it. At that time, my feed had nothing to do with golf, and now it's inundated with only golf things.
Saturated.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, yeah, actually, there's something here. But I couldn't afford to do clothes. Clothes was actually like, with no experience, it was too much of a risk, too scary,
Mm-hmm.
um, too expensive. And I actually ended up, because my feed was now all about golf, I ended up seeing a video of a girl drawing on her golf balls. She
Yeah.
had like flowers on one, a smiley face on another, a love heart on another golf ball. And I then started looking into golf balls, and I would go into the shops and I would look online and I would see what type of women's golf balls there were. And you'd go into the shop and there's purely boxes of bright fluorescent pink golf balls. That's it. That's it. It's just throw pink on it and it's for women, you know?
It's
That's all
women's.
there
Yeah.
was.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
women's. And I just really thought that there was something here. You know, there's a gap. There's room to build women's golf accessories, particularly golf balls. And so then, yeah, I started Daisy Green and I came up with a design, and yeah, it's kind of gone from there.
Okay. Well. We got to slow down a little bit. So can we just go back? Can you give us a sense of time? Is this a 4-year journey, a 4-month journey? Like when was all this unfolding?
So I would say the idea of doing golf clothing at the start, when I was kind of starting to want to do something different, was October 2024. And
Okay.
then I didn't actually even start anything. I just had all these ideas. I didn't start anything until it was probably around this time last year, so May 2025. I then like registered a business name. I got samples of balls. That's when I started to really get into it. So it's been about a year.
Okay. Well. Got to back up again. So you skipped the part going from like apparel to accessories straight to golf balls. So I just want to understand that a little bit more, because there's 40,000 things you could go into. You chose a part of the golf market that just has these massive brands that dominate. There's not a
Yeah.
lot of them. There's, and I'm not a golf ball nerd by any means, but there's sort of the big mega ones, and then there's sort of middle tiers. But I could not think in a million years of a more quirky, challenging part of the golf world to get into. Am I overthinking this? How did you think it through? Or there wasn't a lot and it just
Maybe,
came and you went, I'm going for it?
yeah, maybe it's being a little bit naive. I don't know. I definitely saw the massive brands, right? And I saw that all at the time that they were giving women was pink, and maybe the occasional limited edition something. And then my husband started using a lot of Vice golf balls.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
that's like, yeah, that's kind of, I guess, where it became more of a, oh, okay, so this is something that could be done, something a bit more creative on a golf ball. I know they're very colorful and splattered paint, fluoro. Um, so I kind of then took it from there into a more female side, because again, it's not very like female driven. It's not even Vice. Sure, they have some female colors, but it's predominantly for men. I
Okay,
can
so
see you
I'm gonna come.
thinking.
No, I'm gonna come back to that. So, so first of all, shock horror. do you mean that I don't have to use a Titleist colorway or TaylorMade ball? Oh my god! So
No.
I thank you. I so this is the ball here for those that are watching on YouTube. You can kind of see it here. Now I'll go into the design in a moment, but let's go back to, so the moment you go, for whatever reason, you go golf balls, it is. Okay, so that decision is made. Where on earth do you start in launching a golf ball brand? Did you go onto YouTube? Was there a 3-minute video somewhere? Did you Google it? Like, where's the playbook,
Uh,
or how did you go about this?
I definitely used a lot of ChatGPT. That's like
Yes,
my whole model is from Chatty, my bestie.
yes,
So I definitely, yeah, it wasn't easy to start with. I think it was actually quite intimidating to learn about golf, because the one thing that I wanted the brand to be, or the golf ball to be, was a proper performance played golf ball. Like, I did not want them to be a gimmick. I did not want them to be a Christmas present. I wanted them to be a golf ball that women can actually play and play well. So
yeah,
I basically just did so much research into what is the best type of ball as an all-rounder. And again, I really wanted to lean into good quality, really good quality. So I, yeah, just asked ChatGPT heaps. I compared a lot of balls. I went on and looked at all the major brands, and I would compare what they're made of, how many layers they're made of, compression ratings, dimple patterns. Like, I went into it all, and to almost to a little bit of uh, not a fault, but I kind of went so hard wanting good quality that I kind of um, didn't think so much about the. It's hard to say. Like, I didn't think about who plays them. If that makes sense, I kind of was so focused on, I just want the best ball. Give me the best
yeah,
ball
right.
that I can get, and that people will hit and genuinely feel like this is a good ball. And I kind of didn't at that point go into swing speeds, and there's so much more that you can dive into. But yeah, I definitely just wanted to get a really good quality ball to prove, to make a point that this is it can go somewhere. And I have lots of ideas of I'm at the moment thinking about bringing out a different type of ball as well, to like have different variety. But I, yeah, definitely learnt a lot myself, because I didn't know anything. I didn't have anyone else. My dad didn't even, he has his ball that he plays with, but I feel like a lot of golfers actually don't dive into what their ball does for them, or what the specs are of the ball. So I think I went a little too hard with that. I need to pare it back a little bit and make it a bit more basic. But yeah, that's kind of where it came from, just doing a lot of research.
Okay, so thank you for that. My next question, Amy, is how many different balls or types or brands or suppliers did you sort of have to negotiate before you landed on, the daisy green ball? And how
So
long did that take?
yeah, so the first ball, I had one, two, three, four different samples with from four, maybe five even different manufacturers, and I was wanting to test the ball itself and the
Mm-hmm.
printing quality. I had to check as well. I had to make sure that they could print um, the size that I wanted, the colors that I wanted, um, that they were durable printing. So yeah, I was testing both of those things. So I went through quite a few, which it also isn't cheap, but again, I wanted to make sure that it was really good quality. Um, And yeah, even now I'm still going through getting more samples with my new ball. I'm going through different manufacturers. I found a really good manufacturer that I like with my ball. The current one is a 3-piece urethane ball, and I want to get a 2-piece ball made. And the different manufacturers do different quality balls, and so I need to find another one that's exactly what I want. But I need to go through more manufacturers, so that it's a lot of um, testing, talking to them, seeing what they can do with the print. A lot of them can't do the print that I want. And actually, at the start, that's not the design I wanted. I actually wanted a ball that had flowers like 360 kind of all over it. And for my small business that was starting out, very small quantities, none of the manufacturers would do it. And
Oh,
so then
right.
that's
Was
when
it
I had
like
to pivot.
minimum 40,000 or something, was it?
Yeah, it was actually my minimum was like 1,200, so barely anything. Like such a small order. But yeah, and they wouldn't do it. But again, that's why I went into balls, because it's so much more affordable. Like to buy a stock of balls, uh, is significantly more affordable than buying a huge stock of clothing for like $50,000. It's that's again one of the big reasons I went into golf balls.
Yeah. Okay. Amy, just want to push pause on the golf balls. Going to come back to that. I want to pick up on something that you mentioned at the beginning of this journey, walking into the golf store. The best that we can give the women is a bright pink golf ball. Talk to me about your experience in golf and the golf world and playing golf. Talk to me about your experience being a woman and a newcomer into golf. I mean, as you mentioned, your husband, over the last little while, the Instagram feed is starting to fill up, and he sort of confirmed that, right? And I've noticed the same as well. What can you share around your journey in women's golf, being a woman in this world of golf, and some observations?
Yeah, so I guess at the start, and it was only a year ago, when I was really starting to get more into golf and obviously doing all the research as well as playing myself. Um, I felt like I would walk into a store and nothing belonged to me. Nothing fit my style, or nothing. It didn't feel like, I don't know, it felt very intimidating. It felt very old fashioned. Um, and even like going on the golf course, I would refuse to play at the start unless it was just my husband and I. Like, unless it was the end of the day, the very last round. I was too scared to be put with other people. Because
Yep.
I felt at the start, I felt not that I wasn't welcome. It was more of a, like, it was my own interpretation of it, of that I, being new and being female, you were more of a hindrance. You were more annoying, like that you would get on the golf course and you'd be too slow, or you know, you'd hit your first shot in front of everyone and it would go straight into the trees, and you think that they're all thinking, oh, she's just annoying. She's just here with her boyfriend, with her
Yeah,
husband.
rolling
She's,
their eyes. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so it took me a while to actually get the courage to play with a group of people. And I ended up playing, we both ended up playing with a group of guys, the two other guys that were like our age. And I swear, like, my first hit went straight down the middle and theirs went to the left. and and I was just like, not that I'm saying I'm getting good. It was more just like, I was like, oh, okay, so other people do that too. Like, okay, so
Yeah.
it's normal to shank it to the left. Like, it's not just me. I just got a lucky shot that time, and then we play, and then I'd hit 10 shots to get not even to the green. And it was just a thing where you realize that actually people don't really care, or like maybe it's a sense of like public courses and more modern people don't care. I haven't actually played. I definitely haven't played any private courses or anything like that, so I don't know what it's like. I'm sure there's a lot more rules still, and it's a lot more traditional. But I just feel like I was surprised by how modern and relaxed the golf course was, because that was not my understanding of it, or that was not what I expected it to be. I expected it to be a lot more stuffy and like not accepting, and leaving the golf course feeling like, oh, I can never come back, which I never did. That, like, that first round with the guys, I felt instantly like, okay, I can easily do this. I can
Yeah,
easily
that's
come back and
awesome.
play with another. Yeah.
And can I ask, how are you feeling now when you go into a golf course? Like, totally cool, comfortable, not scared or anxious or anything like that? Like, what sort of
I
observations
still
about
feel a
being teamed up with
little,
randoms?
yeah, I still feel a little bit anxious going into the golf course. It hasn't completely gone away, but it's just a lot easier. It's you can, after having done it a couple of times, you can really try and remember, like, no one's actually watching, no one actually cares. Like, you can kind of keep that mentality a lot easier than the first time.
Yeah, yeah. It's a look. I'm gonna just between you and I. No one else is listening. When I first joined Capera, which is my local course here, and I wanted to get a handicap and I wanted to work on it, and it must have taken me sort of 2 months to pluck up the courage to go into my first competition, because I had this perception, just the word competition, right? Immediately it puts all
Yeah,
of this pressure on you. And, I
yeah,
didn't think I was going to be good enough. And I didn't think, and so it was just, again, perceptions. And of course, the first comp I ever played, I was teamed up with Joe and Doug, who were both in their mid-70s and hit nothing but driver 4 times up the fairway and beat me the whole way.
yeah,
And it's just such a beautiful sport that you can go, and it's not just your local course, but anywhere you go. I've found that you can just roll up and be paired with a total random stranger, and you just share this love for this crazy game. It's just such a beautiful thing. And I'm
yeah.
hoping that you have more and more fantastic experiences. So that's great. That's great. But
Definitely.
back to you launching a brand and the first product being a golf ball. Amy, I I sort of love, I love the look and the print and the packaging and the colors. It does say here on the back, here to elevate her game. So
Yes.
I bought some of your golf balls and I teed them up at Capera about 3 weeks ago. And what happened was the first at Capera is a par five, and I hit 5 wood because I'm scared of my driver at the moment, and it kind of was okay, just off the fairway. I punched it back on, and then I had I think it was my 7 wood, which I'm loving at the moment, and I just minted this ball, probably 50 meters from the green, and then chipped it on close to the back. It was fine. It was a group of four. As we were getting closer to the hole, of course, they started to take notice of my ball. And they couldn't read, Daisy Green, but they could see all these flowers on it, right? These pink
Yeah.
flowers. And my brother-in-law was playing with me. What is that? Right? Is the comment that came. I said, these are my new golf balls for the modern man. And anyway, they didn't say
Yeah.
anything else after that. But I lost. I'm sorry to report, I did lose 3 in 18 holes. I'm not a big
Bugger.
golf ball spec guy, but these are great golf balls. Um, and no, this is not you endorsing me or me endorsing you or anything like that. But they're a great golf ball. Have you had from your community and your customers? Have you had feedback that sort of suggests that? Have you got repeat customers?
Yeah, I actually do. I've had 2 repeat customers so far, which is awesome. I know, wins. And a lot of really good feedback. Really, really good feedback. Like, I've had, yeah, that they play really well, especially around the green. I've heard a lot of comments around the green and putting that they play particularly well. But it's all been super positive so far, which is really good.
Yeah, I love that. And look, so how long have you been open for business?
So I only launched in February. So what is that?
This year, 2026.
March, April, May, 3 months. Yeah,
Yeah,
three
right.
months.
Okay. Early
Baby
days.
brand, very small, very early
But
days.
the feedback is good. I'm also loving, and everyone that is listening and watching, let me get the details here. And Amy, correct me if I'm wrong. So the Instagram account is at underscore dot Daisy Green.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
it.
jump on that. What I'm loving what you're doing there is um it, it clearly it's a strategy you've got going, but I almost feel like you're spending more time uplifting the female golfer community than you are trying to sell golf balls, which I think is an awesome and admirable sort of approach. Can you tell me about
I think,
your community and what you're doing there? Like you're like celebrating people every week.
yeah, it's very fair. I think I'm not a natural salesperson. I'm not very good at it. I didn't think of that when I started this, to be honest. I have found so much more. Yeah, I know, it's terrible. I have found so much more enjoyment from building a community or talking to women and getting feedback and hearing their stories. And I've found so much more enjoyment than I have any of my posts trying to sell the balls or trying, to promote them. My golf girl of the week, which I do every Wednesday, is my favorite post out of all of them. I just think it just shows women the differences in and the similarities as well in all of us, like, age that you play. I had one this week. She started at 4 years old, and then I've had others that started in their 30s. So it just shows you that any age you can play. And there's a tip for beginners in there. Um, and fun things. Like, I absolutely love to travel, and so one of my questions is, where would you like to play if you could pick anywhere in the world to play golf? Where would you pick? And I love that question because you just see a variety of different answers, and then it can give people ideas of where they would love to go and play golf. So I really love that, but I do need to work on my sales skills because it's
Well, you
it's not it's not helpful.
well you do have a day job as well, which I understand. So what are you doing during the day?
Yes,
You're fixing cute puppies and goldfish and things like that, like
yes.
helping people in their animal world, aren't you?
Definitely, yeah, definitely no goldfish. I wouldn't know what to do there, but definitely cats and dogs, the way to go. I'm a vet as my day job, so very taxing, tiring type of job. Really, it is rewarding as well. Obviously, being able to help people's pets, but it is very exhausting. So I find it. I do struggle to when I have a day off, not just try and. I need to. Obviously, I have to balance between working on the business and also resting. So I find that's a struggle, but it's just all a learning curve.
Yeah. Okay. So cats and dogs during the day, and then dimple patterns and compression rates at night. Yep, makes total sense,
Yeah.
Amy.
Is that right?
But
Yeah.
the golf ball world is better for it. Can I ask the question? Um, the the customers you have you got men using the ball? Do you know?
No, No customers. I haven't seen any male customers, but I have had like boyfriends or husbands of the girls play, or I can see they've told me that they've played and they've thought it was really good. My husband plays with them a lot. He
Oh,
reps the
that's the
brand,
least he
which
could
is good.
do. That's the least he could do. So,
Yeah, I know, right? But he's actually stoked because he has like boxes of golf balls upstairs, so he feels like
oh,
he's got an unlimited. And I'm like, no, stop
unlimited.
taking the golf balls.
I got to sell them. Well, let's make sure that we're very clear that anyone's allowed to play these, of course. And I did.
Yes.
I think they're great. So, Amy, I failed to ask one of the fundamental questions around the brand. Daisy Green, where did that come from?
That came from a lot of thinking, a lot of brainstorming. I wanted something golf related. I wanted something to tie in, but I didn't want it to be, I don't know, super golfy. And
Mm,
I love the name Daisy. I always thought that like maybe one day if I had a girl, I'd call her Daisy. And so I thought, why not my very first baby be called Daisy, my business? And I just came up with Daisy Green, and it just worked. I actually sent it to a bunch of friends. And I was like, what do you think? I was like, I'm not sure. I love it, but is it good? Because I you also have to balance. I didn't want it to be too girly. I wanted it to be feminine, but not girly. Because again, the golf balls are not. I don't want them to be just fluorescent pink. I know they've got flowers all over them, but I think the branding as a whole is more feminine than it is girly. So yeah, it was kind of a balance. But I love the name. I love how it's come out.
yeah, and look, just as I sort of sit here and listen to you, and of course admire the ball. I mean, um, so much potential. Like I could see Mr. Green, as a as an
Yeah,
adaptation
that's a good one.
So um Amy, is
Exactly.
is it is it is it just golf balls in your repertoire, do you think? What can you share with us around the future growth of this global empire that you're going to build as in Daisy Green?
I I don't know if I should say it, but I'm going to say it. I want
Nothing,
Daisy Green.
nothing confidential, right? But
Nothing
whatever you can
confidential. No,
share.
I promise. No, but I want Daisy Green to be one of the big ones. I want Daisy Green to be the women's golf go-to golf ball. I want it to have, you know, tees and hats and clothes and maybe one day clubs designed for women. I want it all. I want this brand. I can see so much potential in this brand. Call me crazy. Maybe I'm naive. I don't know. This could be very embarrassing
All
one
of the
day, but
above.
I yeah. I want it to be. I just see so much for this brand. I just think it could be something really great and something that is needed in the women's space of golf, and maybe the men's. Who knows? Maybe the men's line can come out, secondary. But definitely for now, it's a focus on women, and yeah, I see so much potential, which I'm so excited about.
Look, I love your energy, Amy. I think your mindset is in
Crazy.
the best place. Crazy, yeah. But if you're going to go crazy, go all in.
Yeah,
I,
go
I
Beauty, go home.
I'm a father of two daughters. Um, I would imagine that your parents are like super proud. Can you share what your family reaction was to when you kind of walked in the room and said, "Hey, I now own a golf ball company"?
Yeah, it was a lot of surprise. My dad, who's been playing for years, his whole life, he was like, "What?" And I think he thought it was very much going to be like a joke or like a gimmick ball or something. And then I made them and I showed him, and he was like, he bought a bunch to give, like, or to sell to his friends. He was so like such a little proud dad moment that he was like, he was like, I know so many people that will buy these. You give me your balls, I'm going to take them to my club. And yeah, he did. He sold a bunch of balls, which was awesome. And mum, who like has absolutely nothing to do with golf. If I'm being honest, I think she hates golf. But
My wife hates
she,
golf. Don't worry.
yeah, she was like, no, Amy, no, don't do it. She was a bit worried, I think. She had the mum's worried, lens that it was a bit of a risk, and because she wasn't in the golf world, I don't think she could see the vision as such. And then since I've like made it, and I've had years of not also not using my creative side of my brain as well. I've just been very scientific and in the vet world. And she was like, when I brought her the box of balls for the first time, and she was like, you made that? She was really like amazed and in awe of not to say she didn't think I had it in me, but she definitely was just like, wow, like that I can see it now. I can see, and every time I go on one of my tangents about I can do this and I can do this and this, it's going to be this big and it's going to be great. She can see it now. She can visualize it with me, which is awesome. So they've both been amazing, which is so nice to have their support.
And Amy, are you naturally a kind of ideas person and then you just sort of jump in, or ideas come slowly and considered? Like, what is that creative sort of side of Amy? How does it operate?
I think I'm a little bit of both. I think I have an idea. I'm very impatient, very, very impatient. So I have an idea and I want to like go for it, but I also won't take a huge amount of risk. Like I will really think it out. I'll probably sit on it for a while. Like I sat on the idea for 6 months and I will really think it through before completely jumping. But then once I've jumped, I'm pretty like go, 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 go. And it's actually a downside at the moment. It's actually causing a little bit of stress because I want it to be so good and I have so many ideas, but the timing of manufacturing cost, financially, a lot of it, you can't go quickly. You have to take slowly. And so it's definitely trying to learn to be patient, but also not lose my momentum as well. Like it's trying to find that line of keeping going and, don't lose it and keep the excitement, but also be smart and considered. It's all a learning curve. I cry like every second day because I'm like, why can't I do it all?
I love how you share that on social media as well, and it just makes the game, it makes business all the more just human, which is what we need, I think, now and then. So, Amy, this has been a lovely conversation. I mean, when I first saw Daisy Green come through my feed somehow, I can't remember. It was one of your, I think, Golf Girls of the Week or something like that. I saw it and kind of I saw an image of the golf balls, still not having a clue who was behind it or what was behind it, and then kind of I sort of went into your feed and kind of scrolled straight back to the first post and then went up through the story. I thought, yes, A, you're crazy, but B, damn, I like this disruption. So, I think golf's so much better with people like you in it, and glad to hear that you're enjoying golf. Glad you're having fun. It's a big golfing world out there, so I'm totally keen to see how Daisy Green evolves and grows and blossoms and what comes next. But for now, loving the golf balls, and thanks so much for joining us on the Archived podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my very first podcast. I'm so excited.
Well, look, let's make sure we get people going where they need to go. So that Instagram account again is _.daisygreen. And Amy, you got a website as well, haven't you, where people can go and check out the brand, the story, and of course the shop. What's that?
Yes, definitely. That's daisygreen.com.au.
And any men or women out there wanting to have a crack at a new Australian designed golf ball, head to that website. Amy, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.